Think you've seen brutal punishments? Think again. Ancient civilizations had methods so terrifying they make modern torture look like a joke. From crushing bones to boiling victims alive, these punishments were designed to break both body and mind. Stay till the end to see the worst one. It's beyond imagination. And let us know in the comments, which one shocked you the most? Number 5. The Gauntlet of Wrath. Imagine a punishment where every step forward is met with unrelenting agony, a corridor of cruelty and bloodshed. In ancient times, some condemned souls were forced to run the Gauntlet of Wrath, a brutal ordeal reserved for the gravest offenders. The condemned had no choice but to sprint down a narrow path lined with merciless executioners. Each step exposed the victim to savage blows, sword strikes, whipping lashes, and crushing impacts designed to inflict maximum pain. This wasn't just physical torment. It was a psychological nightmare meant to break the spirit. The gauntlet served as a public spectacle. Throngs gathered to witness the horror, their gasps and shouts echoing the grim reminder of absolute power and severe retribution. For the condemned, every heartbeat was a desperate plea for mercy, a frantic hope that fate might intervene. Yet, mercy was rare in this merciless trial. The Gauntlet of Wrath was both a form of execution and a chilling deterrent, a vivid demonstration of the extreme measures ancient societies used to enforce their laws. Step into the dark corridors of history and confront this unthinkable punishment, where survival was a battle against the relentless cruelty of human judgment. Number 4. The Pit of Despair. Imagine being cast into a dark, seemingly bottomless pit, where every moment drags you deeper into dread. In ancient times, the Pit of Despair was a punishment crafted to strip away all hope. Condemned souls were hurled into a dank, confined abyss, isolated from any light or human presence, where unyielding darkness reigned supreme. Within this grim confinement, the air was heavy with decay and the stench of damp misery. Lurking in the shadows were venomous creatures and unspeakable horrors that amplified the terror. Each passing minute felt like an eternity, as the condemned endured not only physical torment, but a relentless psychological assault that eroded their will to live. The Pit of Despair was more than just confinement. It was a meticulously designed nightmare, a tool of ancient justice meant to serve as a stark warning to all. As onlookers shuddered at the mere thought of such a fate, the pit's existence became a chilling testament to the extremes of human cruelty. Step into the depths of history and confront the harrowing reality of the Pit of Despair, a punishment where isolation, darkness, and relentless terror merge to obliterate every shred of hope. Number 3. The Iron Crucible. Imagine a punishment where searing heat and relentless torment fuse into an unending nightmare. In ancient times, the Iron Crucible was a horrific method of execution, a brutal fusion of crucifixion and the burning agony of red-hot metal. Condemned souls were forced to endure the crushing pressure of blistering iron against their flesh, igniting excruciating pain that slowly consumed them from within. This punishment wasn't merely about physical suffering. It was a carefully orchestrated spectacle of cruelty designed to break both body and spirit. Onlookers witnessed the slow, agonizing ordeal, each moment a grim reminder of absolute power and the lengths to which ancient societies would go to enforce order. The relentless heat was as much a psychological weapon as it was a means of torture. In the annals of ancient justice, the Iron Crucible stands as a chilling testament to extreme retribution. It left an indelible mark on history, a punishment so severe that its memory served to instill fear and obedience in all who dared defy the law. Step into this dark chapter and confront the terrifying legacy of the Iron Crucible. Number 2. The Scalding Baptism. Imagine being plunged into a searing cauldron of boiling liquid, where every second feels like an eternity of agony. In ancient times, the Scalding Baptism was a punishment crafted to obliterate both body and spirit. Condemned individuals were forcibly immersed in blistering water or oil, their flesh subjected to excruciating heat that slowly cooked them alive. This horrific ordeal was designed not only to execute, but also to serve as a public spectacle of terror, instilling fear in onlookers and deterring dissent. As the scorching liquid enveloped the victim, pain radiated through every nerve, each moment an unbearable dance with death. The relentless torment was a brutal reminder of the absolute power wielded by ancient regimes, where mercy was an alien concept and retribution was delivered in its most savage form. Victims screamed in agony as the boiling liquid consumed their bodies, their desperate cries echoing through the air, yet no salvation ever came. Step into the dark annals of history and confront the chilling legacy of the Scalding Baptism, a punishment where the flames of liquid fire transformed human suffering into an unforgettable nightmare, forever etched into the fabric of human cruelty. Number 1. The Bone Grinder. Imagine a punishment so gruesome that even the thought of it sends shivers down your spine. In the depths of ancient cruelty, the bone grinder was a device of sheer horror, designed to crush the very essence of life from its victims. Prisoners were strapped into a mechanical contraption where their limbs were slowly and methodically ground to dust, each twist of the gears amplifying their torment, stretching their suffering to unbearable limits. The process was excruciatingly slow. Joints popped, bones splintered, and the deafening screams of agony echoed through the chambers of despair, filling the air with the sound of pure, unfiltered horror. This wasn't just an execution, it was a public display of unrelenting power, a carefully orchestrated spectacle of pain. Each victim served as a gruesome warning, their agony stretching for hours, their shattered remains left as a stark reminder of what awaited those who dared to defy authority. For those who witnessed it, the bone grinder was more than a device. It was a symbol of absolute dominance and inescapable doom. The psychological torment inflicted on both the condemned and the spectators was unparalleled, searing a permanent mark of fear into their minds. It was not just a method of punishment, it was psychological warfare, designed to crush both body and spirit in ways beyond comprehension, a twisted form of justice where pain was prolonged and death was the only release.